Hey gamers. Howdy gamers. Fucking hell. Okay. Recording this one in the car because it is the only quiet space I can find right now. So we're gonna kind of speed through this one because I am already sweating. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 hates you, but it's nothing personal. Though as quintessential the Western as there ever was, Red Dead Redemption 2 shows us much of the bad and the ugly, but precious little of the good. Good is primarily left up to the player to perform in a world full of systems of arbitrary tedium that, while fun to engage with from time to time, are often overshadowed by more simple and dopamine rewarded mechanics of being an outlaw on the run. When you lasso a thief and put him on your horse, only for the Saint Denis constabulary to freak out and attempt to gun you down, you have three options presented to you. You can surrender and die, you can run away, or you can stand and fight. The last two options both come with their own special brand of a dopamine rush. But when the feed needs to get from Pearson's wagon to the stable, or that stranger stumbles out of the woods begging for medicine, or that person is begging Arthur for what little life they have left in such a cruel and uncompromising landscape as Rockstar's Wild West, you find yourself with two options every single time. Do
Well, you coming? All right.
or don't. The reward promised in such encounters is the same. The knowledge that Arthur Morgan, or John, if you're nasty, is that much closer to being a good man. And the more good you do, the more good you are asked to do. Almost to say that to be good is not a state that you can achieve, but an action to engage in whenever the opportunity presents itself, and sometimes when it doesn't. And even if you choose to engage in positive action after positive action from the onset of the game, you can't stop Arthur from hurting Thomas Downs. Because Rockstar doesn't care if you're good. They don't want you to be. They don't need you to be. Your job is to fork over the money and play. And how can you not when the game is so compelling? I would argue that it's this factor that sets Red Dead Redemption 2 apart from so many other games of its era, and also keeps me from finishing so many others. Red Dead Redemption 2 is some of my favorite kind of art, which is funny if you know me because I've got a lot to say about prequels and reboots that would make this take seem sarcastic, but it's not. Though a product of nostalgia and market trends, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a video game with a story to tell, and it tells it without restraint or care for the whims of the player or the ever-changing market. There are mechanics that acknowledge player agency, of course, like the aforementioned honor system, plus, your clothing and gear and horse customization. But there are no microtransactions. And there are most certainly no alternate endings, despite what you might think. There is simply one ending expressed from four different points of view. All the modern convenience that player bases campaign for across all of modern gaming is absent here. Instead, there's only consequence and chores. Yeah, chores. You remember that sack of chicken feed? You're still only halfway there. Running in camp is forbidden, so you better get a move on if you're going to get this done by the end of the day. Honestly, you should have known the second Hosea tries to get you to sell that beautiful beast of a Shire at the beginning of the game, that Red Dead 2 hates you. But on the subject of good, I lied a little. While the game may hate you, the player, I suspect Rockstar does actually care whether or not you're a good little cowpoke throughout your time in the Wild West. And the proof for this is in the ending, where no matter your choices, the story proceeds more or less the same way. I saw an old video the other day by someone much bigger and much better at this than me, where it was argued that the concept of an Arthur Morgan with high honor was a fiction. That in light of actions taken before the player even really set foot in his shoes, there's no kind of redemption due Arthur Morgan at the end of his story. And I don't really think I would argue that, at least not all of it. That Arthur Morgan is beyond redemption is a bit above my pay grade to speculate on, but I can say that when regarding him within the context of my own ideas of morality and ethics, I tend to err on the side of viewing him as a good man, or at least that he is at his core good. I was gonna use that Mary Linton quote here, there's a good man within you, Arthur, but then I remembered how much it kind of low-key triggers me, and honestly how much the whole Mary Linton quest line kind of low-key triggers me, beautifully made as it is. And probably not for reasons you would think, but that's a conversation for another time. Arthur Morgan is a person who, when faced with difficult decisions at a surely unprecedented rate due to his existence as a AAA adventure game protagonist, he always strives to do what he best perceives as the right thing. And it's usually at the benefit of someone else. And I'm not talking about Arthur Morgan when you've got your grubby little gamer paws on him, but the Arthur Morgan of Rockstar's movie-quality cutscenes. The one who makes the same decisions despite his honor level. That Arthur Morgan, does beat the god and anime out of Thomas Downs, sure, but he also saves Abigail from an army of Pinkertons. That same Arthur helps John escape with his whole family from this entire life of death and violence, or at least he tries his best to. He pursues Micah Bell, not because of some blind will to shoot him dead, but because of a desire to free his friend and mentor from the clutches of Micah's manipulations. He is a good man, Arthur Morgan. Because as Cat Williams put it,
let us get on the line, boy, and see it.
But then there's the matter of you, the player, with your covetous desires and machinations, free to rob and kill as you please while you skinwalk your way to a gunslinger ebony grip or a discount at the new Hanover Ponsonbys. All of it completely inconsequential by Act 6. Because see, whether you're playing as John Criminy or John Wayne, there is no cure for tuberculosis. But should you err on the side of kindness and forgo the murder hobo path, or at least do unto others as Arthur might actually do unto them, then the culmination of Arthur Morgan's story feels a lot less heartbreaking than it can. Red Dead Redemption 2 may weigh your heart against a feather in its final moments. But it's up to you which is heavier.